So today I'm talking about those post-holiday blues, and when you come back from holiday, how you pick yourself up again to go again in the normality and busyness of life. So if you struggle with these situations, you go away, have a great time, come back feeling low, keep on watching, keep on listening. Hopefully this will be quite useful for you. Welcome back to consecutive day 1617 of a diary of a runpreneur. If you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So consecutive day 1617 of a diary of a runpreneur, and today's topic is all about recovering from those post-holiday blues. So yeah, you've been on holiday, had a great time, you come back and you're just not feeling it. How do you kind of pick yourself up to go again back into the normality, the routine that is life, the busyness that is normal life? It's not easy. To make matters worse, put it into this, let me paint this scenario that I'm talking about today. So, been in Malta for a week with the family, had a great time. We had kind of on average of 25 degrees centigrade, lots of sun, even sunbathing in early November, which is just crazy. And then we had to get up stupidly early this morning to catch our flight home, travelling back most of the morning, get back at kind of about mid-afternoon, and then I have this run to do. And not only is it back to the normality of running, because I was running in Malta obviously, but I went from running in beautiful 25, 26 degree vest and shorts weather. I've come back and literally it feels as if the leaves have all dropped off the trees overnight. Now I know I'm going past some trees with leaves on at the moment, but just look down here, there's just leaves everywhere. So they're really starting to drop. It's like autumn has just kind of flipped a switch since I've been away. And not only that, temperatures dropped. I think it feels like it's about 10 degrees today. I forgot I didn't put my gloves on. Hands are really cold, can barely feel them. I'm covering my ears now, should have even possibly worn a snood around my neck. So it's into winter running. The clocks also fell back an hour whilst we were away, so it means the nights draw in an hour earlier here in the UK. So sunsets at about 4:30 now. Before I left, sun was setting at kind of closer to 6 o'clock. So the nights draw in so much quicker, and added to that, I'm tired. I've got a really busy day at work tomorrow, a really busy week at work with loads of stuff that kind of kicked off in work whilst I was away that I have to kind of contend with and solve. And it's just, it feels a bit grim. I'm not going to lie. I feel a little bit low. I've still got to unpack. I've still got to do some prep for tomorrow. I've got to try and have some energy for the kids and for my wife, as we're all feeling similar. I've got to try and control my emotions to not get angry and stressed. So yeah, you get the gist of it. It can be pretty grim, especially the kind of the change that I've experienced in such severe circumstances, from 25, 26 degrees centigrade in the sun yesterday in a vest and shorts, today 10 degrees, really kind of cold, damp, autumnal weather, nights drawing in, got a long winter season of running ahead of myself. Yeah, it's and lots of stuff happened at work last week while I was away that I now have to deal with tomorrow. It just feels very, very miserable. So what's the solution? Well, ultimately there isn't really a solution, in my opinion. There's no kind of magic pill you can just take that's legal, that will kind of lift your mood and kind of bring you back to, you know, your fully productive self pre-holiday. I think you have to understand that it's part of the process. You know, the highs and lows of life. You know, you go away, have a really good holiday, that's a real high. Coming home feels like a low, but the reality is it's not as big a low as you may think, because it's your life and you should have a lot of good things happening in your life as well. And I think you have to allow that kind of balancing transitional time to take its course of action and just re-establish some kind of equilibrium or balance. I try and make the highs and lows in my life a little bit more controlled, as in I try not to get too celebratory or too excited when things are going really well. I'm having some really good times, and I try not to get too low or despondent when things are not quite going as planned. And it means the volatility of my happiness or mood graph is flatter. You want to really avoid these massive spikes of happiness and these massive lulls of unhappiness. If you can try and keep a flatter, more balanced emotive state, it means counterbalancing when you've had a high to a low becomes more manageable and takes less time. I think that's the key one. Time heals pretty much everything in this world. No matter how bad something happens or how much we grieve a loss of something, time will heal it. It might not fully heal it, but it will certainly make it more manageable. And that's the same impact here when we're talking about the highs and lows of post-holiday blues. Understand the process. Understand that you're not going to feel high as a kite, came straight back to work. If you get the opportunity and you're able to, possibly ease yourself back into work, possibly, or ease yourself back into normality if you can. Some people don't have the choice. I don't really tomorrow, but then I have quite a flexible life in my entrepreneurial career path. A lot of people have more structured kind of jobs that have designated hours. A little bit harder to do in that situation. I don't mind jumping straight back in because it's stuff I need to sort, and it grates on me more the longer it sits there waiting to be sorted. So I'd rather sort it once and for all immediately. So I'm not too kind of fussed about that. And also kind of understanding how to control your stress levels. I talk about my vlog a lot, the running, being out in nature. It really, really helps my emotional mood. And just from being out to doing this, I feel 200% better than I did before I started this run. So that's another way that I kind of manage this. But ultimately, it's part of the process. If you can wean your way back in a more transitional, slower way, great. That will make it a little bit easier. If you can't, then fine. But understand that you're probably not going to be at your productive best the first day you're back, maybe the whole first week. It depends, everybody's slightly different. But understanding it and setting realistic expectations is key. And just understand that time will get you back to the best version of yourself with the right intention. You'll be back to where you were before you know it. So ultimately, the learnings from my diary today is post-holiday blues are completely normal. I think the key here to recovering from them quick enough is to try and, if you can manage your emotions better, i.e. keep the highs in your life a little bit more controlled, keep the lows in your life a little bit more controlled. If you keep the mood swings less volatile, you recover with time to get a lot more balance in your emotive state, because ultimately when you're back from holiday you feel a little bit low. That's the reality. The normality of life, the busyness of life, the routine of life, you often look at it in a negative frame of mind because you're comparing it to holiday life, which isn't real. You know that you're only going to get X number of holidays a year, and you know that during that period of time it's amazing, and you know that when you come home you have to adjust back to reality, and it's part of the process. So understanding that the process exists and understanding that you're probably not going to be the best version of yourself on day one that you're back. It might take you a day or two, maybe a week even. So set realistic expectations with what you expect from yourself during that period of time when you're back, to acclimatise back to normality, and you'll be back to kind of your usual self, hopefully before you know it. If you don't, and you really, really struggle with picking yourself up, then perhaps thinking about some form of therapy could be beneficial. I wouldn't recommend this as a knee-jerk reaction to coming home from holiday, but if in general you find that your emotive states are very volatile, therapy is a really good way to kind of calm them. I talk about therapy a lot because my therapy is my blog. I don't necessarily get somebody answering me, but I get to vent and voice my feelings and emotions, and that in itself is so valuable to me. So possibly therapy can help for extreme situations, but most people, I would imagine, with a bit of understanding the process, will be back to normality before they know it. But anyway, any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Hopefully you find it useful. Please do though if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, the distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. Then do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.